reminder after the game. Is that sort of how it feels the morning after?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's. I think there's plenty to learn from it. You look at the the way the game panned out in the end. They were a fair bit better than us around stoppages and contested footy, and they just were able to get more out of that and penetrate their forward line pretty well. Whereas we probably struggled a little bit under the pressure, and which was disappointing because I guess that's been something that we've really strived for this year, and so far we've been pretty good at. So yeah, it was disappointing.
What do you sort of learn from that loss?
What do you learn? I think it's a lot about, like I just said, with the handling the pressure at the right time, and yeah, just being able to use the ball when the pressure is on and in close in contests. And I guess Scott Thompson and Pat Dangerfield around the ball, they were pretty strong in being able to win those contested balls, and I think they were the big ones. And then from the outside, yeah, just the ball going inside forward 50, I thought we probably played into their spares hand a little bit too much, and yeah, we'll be able to make amends from there.
Was it a bit worrying that you sort of couldn't arrest that momentum when the Crows got a bit of a run on? I think from the second quarter through the third quarter, they kicked 7 out of 8 goals.
Yeah, it was. I guess that's another thing that we've really tried to make sure that during the season we've been quite good at being able to stop the flow, and when teams are getting a run on like that, we've been able to close it down a little bit, get the ball back on our terms, and swing that momentum, like you said. And so, yeah, for them to kick 7 out of 8 goals is a real disappointing stat. And yeah, I guess we'll be going through it a fair bit in the team meeting in a couple of minutes.
Does it dent the confidence a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Personally, it does make you, as a team, I guess. Really, it makes you, yeah, a little bit low on confidence. But I think it also makes you hungrier to go forward. That whilst this was a little setback, it really makes you strive to win again.
Ken's message was that you have to respond. How you bounce back from this is the biggest part.
Yeah.
That the common feel of the playing group.
It is. Yeah, it is, and that's obviously, less than 24 hours after the game. Everyone's still hurting a fair bit. The bodies are sore. Everyone's pretty low, feeling a bit flat. But I think that within a couple of days we'll be bouncing back quickly and moving on. I guess the beauty of it is that Essendon comes around in 5 days' time now, so it's a quick turnaround, and it's probably a good thing after a loss that you can really take what you need from it and then move on pretty quickly.
Is this the biggest thing you've had this year? Obviously you lost to North Melbourne and Sydney, but to lose the showdown, is it the biggest thing you've had in the season?
I guess it probably would be when you look at it like that. Yeah, those other 2 games were hard on us, and as every loss is. But to lose the showdown is is never fun. And also I guess the way that we went about it. The other 2 games were by 5 and 6 points or whatever they were. This one we let them kick away a little bit, and they got us by 2 or 3 goals in the end. So yeah, it stings.
So what's the biggest thing you learned from this result?
I think it would be about making sure that we can handle the pressure when it's there, and being able to absorb that, and then use the possession well from that, and then also, yeah, our delivery to the forwards probably just needs to be a little bit better at times as well.
I thought that would be the biggest focus. I mean, you're number 1 in the AFL contested position anyway. You got smashed there, losing that stat by 30. Is it a reminder of that's how your game starts with winning the hard footy? It
does, yeah, it does, and that's all season long. We've been pretty strong at that, and I guess that to lose that in any game is bad. Obviously, seeing that it's a fair KPI nowadays, and to lose it by that much is pretty poor.
Brendan McCartney came out and said that Stuart Crameri publicly is struggling with everything that's going on with the Essendon saga. Looking at Angus's stats, he's had 8 disposals and 12 disposals in 2 weeks. Do you think it's getting to him as well?
No, I don't think so. I think Gussie's putting that thing aside and just playing footy at the moment. He missed a couple of games with the ankle, and I think that he's just getting himself back up to speed from that. He actually did quite a good job on Brodie Martin yesterday, and Brodie Smith, sorry, and was able to keep him out of the game pretty well. So I think that he's the last couple of weeks probably played a different role, and so he's probably not getting the same scoreboard impact and possession impact, but he's helping out the team massively.
Trengove and Carlisle injuries probably keep them out, certainly Trengove and possibly Carlisle for at least 1 game. How significant are they, and will that open the door for maybe someone like Tom Cleary to come back into the side?
Yeah, they've obviously been fantastic all year. The way that they've been able to set up and play on those tall forwards and really nullify a lot of key forwards that have been getting off the chain against other teams, and so they've been instrumental so far this year. But yeah, they'll probably miss, and it'll give an opportunity to a few of the other boys, Tom Jonas. And Jack Omsch will really have to stand up and play those key roles, and then it will give someone else an opportunity if they do miss, a Tom Cleary, a Cam O'Shea, someone like that can come in. And the good thing is, I think, where our team's at the moment, and having such a strong SNFL team, we've got players that can come in and fill the role pretty well. So whilst it's disappointing, we feel as if we've got enough players there to cover it.
From what you've seen of Cleary,
Mm-hmm.
we know about O'Shea obviously. What
Yep.
you've seen of Cleary, is he ready to come in and maybe make a stand and play decent AFL footy?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he started off the year this year playing AFL, and I think whilst he's a really strong defender and is able to beat his man one-on-one, he's also very good with the ball in hand. He's got some really nice skills. His kick is really good on both sides of the body. So I think that's the other thing that he brings as well if he gets the call up.
As you said, he had that opportunity at the start of the year. Have you seen his game develop a fair bit with that experience?
Yeah, I think it has. Yeah, and I think the whole pre-season he really developed his game to a point where he's AFL ready, and I guess playing SNFL footy, he's been a strong performer.
Good teams don't lose two in a row, so Jack Omsch made that point this morning.
Yeah.
How important for you guys to bounce back straight away?
Oh, definitely, mate. Yeah, that's obviously a big thing. That we don't want to lose two in a row, and having Essendon come over here is a good thing. We get to play in front of our home crowd again, and get everyone there, and I think that we'll make sure that we turn up again.
We saw when the Crows were lining up for goal, we saw Homch and a couple of others at times go behind the goals and get sort of an extra footy just so they were ready to go if they missed. Is that something? And we obviously saw it work well with that Matty White goal where he got out the back and is that something that you guys have spoken about? Is that a deliberate tactic to make sure that you're ready to go immediately and sort of catch teams on the hop?
I think it depends on the situation. So on a quick point, I guess the boys will be ready. They probably don't have the time, to get the footy. Whereas with a slow point, they've got the time, they've got the ability to set up, and really like a Jack Omsch or Jasper Pittard and that, when there's that many numbers back there, they're probably not going to provide too much help around there anyway. So I think that they're just getting themselves ready and prepared. I don't think I haven't actually thought of it as being a deliberate ploy that we've got or anything like that. I think it's just something that, comes with a bit of experience, is that sort of footy smarts, I guess. Yeah,
but that's something that's been a sort of a coaching directive that they get ready, because the AFLs have said that they're not supposed to have a footy until the point signal.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I'm not too sure with that one. I'll leave that one to the backs. Yeah, we'll just run to get the ball.
On the umpires, there's still a bit of confusion amongst the players about the holding the ball rule.
Yeah, there is a little bit with that. I guess, we just play it the way that they adjudicate it. So I guess it's a tough one for us to say that it's right or wrong or whatnot. But there's times when you're unsure at the point where they call a holding the ball and you're caught off guard because you just didn't really expect it. But that's the way the game's going and that's the way they're calling it. So we just play it as it is.
Because we saw Sloaney got Jarman and Jarman was pinned half back and he really had a chance to get rid of it. I mean,
Yeah.
How frustrating is that at a critical point?
It's frustrating. Yeah, it is frustrating. But like I said, we just got to deal with that. And some go against us, some go for us, and just got to make it work for you, I guess. But it is a tough one when you just get the ball and bang, you're tackled, and it's from time to time called holding the ball, other times it's not. So I think that's a bit of an area where we just need to wait and see what happens.
It was a strange atmosphere there yesterday to be at Adelaide Oval in front of a big crowd, but sort of be a partisan crowd against you guys.
It was a little bit interesting like that. I guess all year we've had our supporters there and they've been fantastic. And when you kick a goal, the crowd erupts, whereas we kick a goal and you sort of look around, there probably wasn't as much of that same atmosphere. And obviously on the other side of that, the Crows were making a lot of noise. But I really don't think that affected the way that we went about it, and we really made sure that didn't affect us. We went to Sydney and played in front of a big Sydney crowd the other week as well, and you just got to deal with what comes.
You guys through a bit of a heavy training getting ready for the finals. I mean, normally you finish games off pretty well and look like the other night just struggling a little bit up at 3/4 time?
Yeah, I don't think Burjo's sort of planning like that or anything at the moment. The way that we're training has been pretty similar to previous weeks. 8-day breaks, we usually probably get a little bit more in than 6-day breaks. So this week will probably be a little bit lighter, and I think it just depends on when our game is as to how much we can actually fit in during the week.